Hey everybody, we're back in my kitchen with another great grilling recipe. It's sirloin steaks with a smoky romesco sauce. What I have here is a certified Angus beef sirloin and strip steak, but top sirloin will work just fine. To start off, I'm going to get a spice paste made and let these marinate. So I've got some granulated garlic and some smoked paprika, which will really give us a nice flavor. And I'm going to reserve half of this because half of this was going to go into our romesco. And then in will go a little bit of olive oil to make this spice paste. And some salt and pepper. And I will be placing these into a Ziploc bag and get them refrigerated for about an hour. I'm going to get my coals good and hot and kind of get prepped while these marinate. You're not going for a deep marinade. You don't need to go overnight. This is mostly just to build a little bit of flavor before they hit the grill. Got my bag here. I rolled the top over so it kind of keeps the mess away. And we're going to go in with the steaks and then the spice paste. And another cool technique that we're going to use is when I start my coals, I use a chimney. So I will show you how to utilize the heat from that chimney to help make the roasted red pepper for the sauce. I'll get a little bit on that side. Pour a little bit in on the other side. Try and move this paste on there. Coat the steaks real well. Now I'll get these in the refrigerator and we'll go get our coals started. In order to maximize your time and these charcoals, I'm going to roast this red pepper right over my chimney starter. So I've just got a wire rack that I put over the chimney starter, and I'm going to get this pepper on here. And I'll do my roasted red pepper while these coals finish heating up for the grill. I've placed my roasted bell pepper in a mixing bowl that I'm going to cover with plastic wrap because that plastic wrap will help it to steam, which means that the skin will be easier to peel off when you go to make your roasted red pepper romesco. Now I'll get these coals into my grill and get it ready for my steaks. My grill is preheated, grates are clean. I'm about to get these steaks on, but first I'm going to throw some garlic on here. I got about 4 cloves that are still in the skin. That'll help protect them from burning too much. I'm just trying to get kind of a roasted garlic going on here because that again will go into this romesco. Now I'll go on with my steaks that have been marinated. Put those right over the hot coals. And then we'll put the lid on and let these cook through. After I got a good sear on these steaks and they hit about 105 to 110 degrees, I moved them off the direct heat to let them gently finish cooking through. So I'm going to temp one of these now and see where we're at. And we are at 121, which is right in the area where I like to pull them. So I'll pull these to let them rest. And then I'll pull off this garlic that is roasted beautifully as well that will go into our sauce. While these steaks rest, we're going to start building our sauce. Here I've got that roasted red pepper. And I'm just going to peel this, and then Aiden here is going to cut it up for me. Now that that red pepper is completely peeled, my assistant here is going to help me cut it up before we put it in the blender. So Aiden, if you want to get that top cut off for me.
Yeah, good cut.
There you go. Give it a little bit of muscle. Alright, so let me get the seeds out.
The core of the monster. Ooh.
Seeds are mostly out. Alright, buddy. Now if you want to cut that up for me just a little bit more, rough cut's fine because we're going to put it in a blender and start building our sauce. It's time to make the smoky romesco sauce. I'm going to start off with some roasted tomatoes. So this is just a can of fire roasted tomatoes that'll be the base for the sauce. We'll go in with our smoked paprika, some sherry vinegar, then the garlic that was roasted on the grill, the roasted red pepper, and then one of the things that makes this sauce kind of special is smoked almonds. Again, we're trying to reinforce that smoky flavor. Some olive oil. And again, I'll probably keep this on hand just in case it seems a little thick. It's nice to kind of thin it out and smooth it out. A good amount of salt. And then some fresh cracked pepper. And we'll get the lid on and start to blend this. Always start it on low, otherwise everything flies everywhere. And then turn up the speed. Now that these steaks have rested, I'm gonna slice them up and serve them with my sauce. Now I'll plate this up with some of this smoky romesco sauce. And then a good amount on the plate here. And then we'll reserve a little bit more for saucing if you want a little extra. And then I've got my sliced steak. It's beautifully done. Nice and medium rare. There you have a beautifully grilled steak with a smoky romesco sauce that'll be a great complement to it. So join me again here next time and I'll teach you another recipe.